Ever looked at those fancy food shows with Michelin-starred desserts? The ones that make you wonder if you could ever create something so exquisite, the ones with towers of chocolate and swirls of something called coulis. Yeah, those. Intimidating, right? They seem like they belong in a world far removed from our everyday kitchens, like something only a culinary wizard could conjure. The precision, the artistry, it all seems so out of reach. Well, guess what? You can conquer those bad boys too. Yes, you heard that right. You don't need to be a professional chef to create magic in your kitchen. Right here, in your own kitchen. With the right guidance and a bit of practice, you can create desserts that look and taste like they came straight out of a Michelin-starred restaurant. No wand required, just a bit of good old-fashioned elbow grease and a dash of Gordon Ramsay's guidance. Follow along, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. You don't need a fancy culinary degree or a kitchen the size of a football field. All you need is a passion for baking and a willingness to learn. What you need is this guide, a can-do attitude, and a sweet tooth that's ready to be seriously satisfied. With these tools, you're already halfway there. We're going to demystify the art of Michelin-starred desserts, one delicious step at a time. From selecting the finest ingredients to mastering the techniques, we've got you covered. Get ready to impress yourself and your taste buds, because things are about to get seriously delicious in here. So, roll up your sleeves, preheat that oven, and let's get baking. All right, you aspiring culinary rock stars, put on your aprons and get ready to embark on a delicious adventure. Let's gather the troops. Our ingredients. This is where the magic begins, right here in your kitchen. Don't worry, we're not talking about some rare Himalayan flower petals here. No need to go on a wild goose chase for exotic items. Just good, honest-to-goodness ingredients you can snag at your local supermarket. Here's the battle plan. Simple, straightforward, and oh so satisfying. Dark chocolate. The darker the better. Think 70% cocoa or higher. We want that deep, rich flavor that makes your taste buds dance. Heavy cream, none of that low-fat nonsense. We're going for full-on indulgence. This is where the creaminess comes from, so don't skimp. Eggs fresh is best, people. We'll be separating these bad boys, so channel your inner egg ninja. The yolks and whites each play their own crucial roles. Sugar, the sweet stuff that makes life better. Granulated and powdered, we need both. Each type of sugar brings its own unique texture and sweetness. Butter, because everything's better with butter. Unsalted, please. This way, we control the saltiness of our creation. Flour, a touch of plain flour for our biscuit base. It gives structure and a bit of that classic, comforting taste. Digestive biscuits. You know, the ones you dunk in your tea. Crumbs are key. They form the perfect, crunchy base for our dessert. Fresh berries, for that final flourish of freshness. Raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. Your choice. They add a burst of color and a tangy twist. Now, let's talk tools. Don't worry, you won't need a blowtorch or a sous vide machine. We're keeping it simple and accessible. Just your trusty pots and pans, a whisk, a couple of mixing bowls, a baking sheet, and a good old-fashioned rubber spatula. These are the essentials that will help you create magic. Oh, and a positive attitude. That's the most important ingredient of all. With the right mindset, even the simplest ingredients can turn into something extraordinary. So let's get started and make some culinary magic happen. Listen up, dessert disciples. Today we're diving into the art of creating a dessert that is not just a treat, but an experience. We're about to embark on a culinary adventure, one that will take us through the intricate layers of flavor and texture. Crafting a dessert so exquisite, so mind-blowingly delicious, it'll make your taste buds sing in harmony. Imagine a creation that not only satisfies your sweet tooth, but also tells a story with every bite. Get ready for a symphony of textures and flavors, a masterpiece of chocolate decadence that'll leave you craving more. Picture the smooth, velvety chocolate ganache cascading over layers of rich mousse and crunchy base. We're talking about a luxurious chocolate mousse, light as a feather yet intensely rich. A perfect balance of airiness and depth that melts in your mouth. Layered upon a crunchy, buttery biscuit base that provides the perfect contrast to the smooth mousse. Each bite is a delightful dance of textures. And to top it all off, a crown of fresh berries adds a burst of brightness that cuts through the richness, leaving you utterly satisfied. The berries not only add color, but also a refreshing tartness. This dessert is all about balance, the contrast of textures, the interplay of sweetness and bitterness, the harmony of flavors that come together in perfect unison. It's about taking simple ingredients and elevating them to extraordinary heights. From humble beginnings, we create something truly spectacular. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of this culinary masterpiece? Let's get started. Grab your aprons, gather your ingredients, and join me on this delicious journey. Together, we'll create a dessert that will be remembered long after the last bite. First up, the heart of our dessert, the ganache. This, my friends, is where the magic begins. Don't let the fancy French name scare you. This is just melted chocolate and cream getting up close and personal. Chop that dark chocolate like you mean it. Small, even pieces are what we're after. Now, gently heat that heavy cream in a saucepan. No boiling, please. We want it hot, not angry. Once it's steaming, pour it over the chopped chocolate and let them have a little alone time. After a minute or two, give it a good whisk until you have a smooth, glossy, and utterly irresistible chocolate lava. That's your ganache, folks. Let it cool down while we tackle the next exciting step. All right, folks, it's time to pump some air into this operation and whip up a storm with our chocolate mousse. This is where those separated eggs come in, so hopefully you channeled your inner ninja earlier. Remember those egg whites we set aside? Get your whisk ready and beat them until they're light and fluffy, like little clouds holding their shape. This is what we call stiff peaks in the biz. Now gently fold this cloud-like creation into our cooled ganache. Be gentle. We don't want to deflate all that hard work. The result? A luscious, airy chocolate mousse that's practically begging to be devoured. Almost there, folks. Every great dessert needs a strong foundation, and ours is no exception. Time to crush those digestive biscuits into oblivion. Blitz them in a food processor or bash them in a bag with a rolling pin. Let out any pent-up aggression you might have. Now melt that butter and mix it into the biscuit crumbs until it's all happily combined. Press this mixture into your baking sheet, creating an even layer. This, my friends, is our crunchy, buttery base. The perfect counterpoint to the rich, airy mousse. Pop it in the fridge to chill while we move on to the grand assembly. Time to channel your inner architect, folks. We're about to assemble our masterpiece. Retrieve that chilled biscuit base and pour that velvety, smooth chocolate mousse on top. Spread it evenly, ensuring every nook and cranny is covered in chocolatey goodness. Now, here's where you can let your creativity shine. Want to add a layer of chopped nuts for extra crunch? Go for it. Feeling adventurous? Swirl in a spoonful of Nutella or peanut butter. The sky's the limit. Once you're happy with your creation, pop it back in the fridge to chill. Patience, my friends, patience. Patience, young Padawan, the art of chilling. I know, you want to dive into that chocolatey goodness right now. But trust me, patience is a virtue, especially when it comes to desserts. Give that masterpiece at least a couple of hours in the fridge, preferably overnight, to allow everything to set properly. This chilling time isn't just about being patient, though. It's about letting the flavors meld and deepen, creating a symphony of taste in every bite. Think of it as the calm before the storm, the anticipation before the grand finale. In the meantime, you can clean up the kitchen, or not, I won't judge. Berrylicious bliss, the finishing touch. Time for the grand finale, the piece de resistance, the berries. Wash and dry those little beauties, then arrange them artfully on top of your set chocolate creation. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, go wild. The vibrant colors and fresh flavors of the berries will cut through the richness of the chocolate, creating a taste sensation that's out of this world. This final flourish elevates our dessert from delicious to downright divine. Plating like a pro presentation is key. We eat with our eyes first. So let's make this dessert a feast for the senses. Cut your chilled masterpiece into squares or rectangles and plate them up like a true culinary artist. A light dusting of powdered sugar adds a touch of elegance, while a sprig of mint provides a pop of color. Get creative. You can drizzle melted chocolate, sprinkle chopped nuts, or even add a dollop of whipped cream. The key is to make it your own. Remember, you're plating a Michelin-star-worthy dessert, so make it count. You did it. Savoring your Michelin-worthy creation. There you have it, folks. A Michelin-star-worthy dessert, crafted by your own two hands. Take a moment to admire your handiwork, then grab a fork and dig in. That perfect balance of rich, airy mousse, crunchy biscuit base, and fresh berries is enough to make even the toughest food critic swoon. See? Michelin-star desserts aren't just for fancy restaurants. With a little guidance and a dash of determination, Anyone can create culinary magic in their own kitchen. Now go forth and impress.